Discarded laboratory glass from Theolex. Some of the pieces could be useful. Let's see if some of it could be useful. That looks useful. Looks like a cooling coil, undamaged. I don't care what card I have, any is better than none. I received this thing from No Name. He said it's able to paralyze an android for a short while, but that I must never be seen using it. A piece of laboratory glassware I found near Theolex. Laboratory glassware. I found it near Theolex. Retina scanner. They do have a sense of security around here. I have no idea how to get around it. Access card slots. They probably use different types. Tom, I have one more request for you, and this time it's not simply opening a child's diary.
Richard, I warn you, if you get mixed up in something, I'll be pissed off. But all right. It'll be better if I help you, rather than you going to somebody else, because I know you're stubborn enough to do that.
No questions, please. I need to get around an eye scanner.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
If it's some kind of a new Theolex model, then it's impossible.
It's right in Theolex, and it must be possible.
I'm telling you it's not. Except, maybe.
Maybe what?
Well, it's a long shot, but if you had the eye of somebody with access to the facility, it might be possible.
Would it matter if the person was dead?
What? Are you kidding?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill anyone. Someone else did that already.
It's theoretically possible. You'd have to be quick, and you'd have to keep the eye somewhere. Ethanol would be the best.
Do you happen to have some ethanol?
You know it's hard to come by. The booze I got here isn't anywhere near strong enough.
But you used to make your own, right?
Yeah, that's right. I still have my distillery in the back room, but there are parts missing.
What do I need to get?
Some bottles, definitely. One for the burner, and one to put the ethanol in. A cooling coil, a cork, and something to distill. Old fruit would be good.
Thanks. That won't be difficult to find.
Why do I always fall for this?
I'm leaving. I can't just stand here.
Well, don't get yourself into something you can't handle.
I need a cooling coil, a suitable bottle for the burner, rotting fruit, and a cork. I need a cooling coil. I have everything I need to put together a distillery, so let's get brewing. The plum jar might be useful. I remember we used to have fruits in those. Looks like the distillation process went right. Looks like the I hope the ethanol is good. Homemade ethanol, made according to an old family recipe. I can see Tom's got some interesting stuff here. A crowbar will be useful. Tom, I'm proud of myself. This is decent ethanol.
Hey, your self-praise stinks as bad as that stuff. Besides, what's the use of the ethanol without the eye?
I guess you're right. I don't even know where to look for it.
A morgue, maybe? Or an autopsy room? There aren't too many places like that in the slums. Depends how important the owner of the eye was.
Well, he lived in Old Town in a nice apartment, and the government seemed to be pretty interested in him.
Then he'll be in the slums hospital. It's the last railway station in the direction towards town. It used to be a government facility, but then the district borders were shifted. It's too good for the slums.
Guess I should check it out. Thanks for the info. The local storms are more and more frequent. I hope the rain isn't too acidic. Somebody had fun on that bridge. I wonder where the androids are going all the time. Looks like they're bored. Looking around? I'm glad I never needed to go to a hospital, although this one must have been pretty before. Angiocentrum, urology, something, orthopedy. Ugh. There's no morgue or an autopsy room. Of course, why would anybody look for those? No visitors there. The ceiling is held together by the power of pure will, but there are magazines on the table. Pragmatic, a guide for the modern man. I didn't know they still publish these nowadays. I don't have the time to go through it. I've never seen an android like that. It looks almost friendly.
Welcome to the Slums Hospital. How can I help you?
You are a woman?
Yes, I'm one of the latest Theolex female series. And please don't stare at me like that.
Sorry, you even speak nicely. Almost sophisticated. I haven't seen an android like you before.
My communication module is the most advanced system in the field.
Wow. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Can I help you?
Was it just my imagination, or did your tongue really slip in the greeting?
Yes, it was an error in sentence construction. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Androids don't make these kinds of mistakes. You're machines, robots.
I'm also going to consider your remark a slip of the tongue. You will certainly want to correct yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry. You do act differently than other robots. You probably aren't like them.
Thank you for your understanding.
And what did the slip of the tongue mean then?
This hospital used to be in the government district and I used to work in the reception desk here. That's why I make an error in greetings sometimes.
Oh, I see. What happened here anyway? Advanced equipment? Nice building? Looks like it was built recently. And yet it's shabby and ruined, just like everything else in the district.
I will tell you everything I know about the building if you are interested.
I'd like to hear everything you can tell me.
As you said earlier, the hospital was built recently. It was originally called Prague Government Hospital and it was the most advanced facility of its kind. The best people worked here. After the shift of the borders in 2037, the hospital ended up in the slums and took over the old facility destroyed by the war. Most of the personnel were transferred to the new government hospital. Only a few androids of my class and 2 doctors stayed here.
So that's why this place is so shabby and neglected. You don't have time to take care of everything.
Unfortunately, sir. I'm supposed to take care of the reception desk, but I can't handle everything. And the place is always empty anyway. 2 doctors, one of whom is a pathologist and the other an anesthesiologist, won't attract too many patients. Even if they can afford a doctor, that is. After the introduction of the medical treatment fees, healthcare became a luxury most of the slum inhabitants can't afford.
And do you have any patients here then?
Of course. Our morgue is always full. The service is the cheapest here. Please see the information bulletin with the discount voucher at the table.
No thank you. I hope I'm not going to be needing these kinds of services anytime soon, even if they're the cheapest.
Under certain circumstances they include transport too.
But all in all, you must be pretty bored around here, aren't you?
Unfortunately, I must agree with you. You can't imagine how glad I was to be able to speak with you, sir.
I'm glad I could help, and thank you for the information. Can you tell me how to get to the morgue?
Of course. Go to the end of the reception hall and take the hallway to your right. The elevator at the end of the hallway will take you there.
Thank you and goodbye. The hallway leads to the morgue. Ugh, this doesn't feel right.
Hey, what are you...
Hello.
Hello, is there anything you need?
I wanted to talk to you.
About what?
But you get enough clients here, don't you?
Are you kidding? I have so much work, I don't know who to cut up first. Damn, I wish the shift was over soon.
And how long do you have to stay? I mean, it's night.
I don't decide about my working hours. The tin can at the reception desk does.
You don't get along with the androids very well, do you?
Don't get along. That's an understatement.
But they're so... human.
Exactly. They're always complaining about everybody treating them unfairly. And they're vindictive. And there's more of them than us humans. And they plot against us.
What?
Like yesterday. One of them didn't like the way I greeted him. Told the receptionist, and see? I have a night shift.
Unfortunately...
Did you say something?
Just that I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, you are.